Just a minute, I'm starting the session. Just a minute, I'm starting. Right. Okay. I'm sharing the screen. Yes, you're able to see my screen. I'm sharing the screen. Yes, sir, able to see.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, fine. And let me record this session. If possible, try to remove the profile pictures. Okay, guys, of your Zoom profile pictures, I can see. Sometimes if the recording is uploaded into the YouTube, again it will show you the profile pictures and all in the YouTube. Okay, so better for the Zoom, in case if you have any profile pics, you can just remove it. Okay, right. In case if you don't have issues, I don't have any issues. Okay, for your sake only I'm saying. Fine. Right. So in the last class, we just discussed about the SQL Server. What is SQL Server? How we are going to use this SQL Server? Where we are going to use this SQL Server? What actually SQL Server will do? Okay. What is the use of the SQL Server? What is meant by an application? How many types of applications are there? Okay. How many types of environments are there? Production environment, non-production environments. Okay. What is meant by environment and how, okay, how to like understand the environment concept and all. So all these things we discussed in the previous session, and we have also discussed about the course overview. Okay, so we have also discussed about the course overview. So how the course will be, how many months it will be, how to practice. Okay, so all these things we discussed. So now what I'll tell is like how to practice the course, guys, means the laptop configurations and all. Okay, so let me go to this document or Google Doc, right? So in case if you want to practice all the concepts, okay, laptop configuration, okay, this is 22 Arial. Okay, so laptop configuration, what kind of laptop configuration we should use? Okay, so initially 30 to 40 percentage of the course we can deal with normal configuration. Okay, normal configuration in the sense if you have 8 GB or 4 to 8 GB, 4 to 8 GB RAM is enough. Okay, right? 4 to 8 GB RAM is enough. And of course, the storage, I'll tell you guys what is meant by RAM, what is meant by storage, everything I'll tell you. Don't worry about it, okay? So, initial concepts like 30 to 40% concepts you can manage with the help of this 4 to 8 GB of RAM. And anyhow, okay, processor we cannot change it. Hardly we can extend the RAM, okay? Processor, different types of processors will be there like i3 processor, i5 processor, okay? Different types of processors will be there, i7 processor, i9 processor. So different types of processors will be that we cannot change, but one thing that we can change is we can extend the RAM. So as I said, 30 to 40 percentage of the course we can deal with the normal configuration of 4 to 8 GB RAM. When we started the advanced concepts, for advanced concepts, okay, we need minimum 12 to 16 GB RAM. We need minimum 12 to 16 GB RAM to practice. And of course, i3 is also fine, i5 is also fine, i7 is also fine. Okay. In case if you don't have that much of RAM, nothing to worry. Simply, you can order one RAM in the Amazon or Flipkart. So it will hardly cost you like 1400 to 1500 roughly. Okay. Roughly it will be like 1400 to 1500. For US people, it will be hardly $20. Okay. So you can purchase one RAM, and while purchasing the RAM also you have to see lot of things. I'll tell you guys. Okay. Like whether it's a DDR3 RAM or DDR4 RAM, what configuration it is. Okay. So everything I'll tell you how to choose the RAM and all. So in case if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade your laptop to 12 to 16 GB. Better anyhow, 16 GB is good when compared to 12 GB. So if you have 8 GB, buy 8 more GB RAM. It will be around 1400 to 1500, and you can alone attach the RAM. It is not a difficult thing. Or if you have any doubts and all, you can go to any hardware shop. They are going to help you to attach to insert the new RAM and all. Okay, so this is main thing. And 100 GB, approximately 100 GB storage is required. Okay, storage is required, guys. Approximately 100 GB storage. So RAM and ROM both are different. I'll explain what is meant by RAM, what is meant by ROM, what are the purpose, what is the purpose of these two objectives, these two resources and all. I'll explain. 100 GB storage is required for performing or for configuring advanced concepts like log shipping, mirroring, replication, clustering, and always on. To practice all these concepts in the real time setup, we need this configuration, guys. So after 1 month, in case we have enough RAM, that will be fine. If you don't have enough RAM, nothing to worry. After 1 month, we are going to reach those concepts after 1.5 month. By that time, you can extend your RAM. Okay, so there is no urgency on that. So this is the main configuration of the laptop, guys. Minimum initially 4 to 8 GB you can start. After that, okay, you can extend your RAM to. Main is RAM only. Processor anyhow we cannot change. And storage, of course, you will have at least free space, right, in any of the drive. Storage and all you can manage, but main thing is RAM only. So RAM you can extend, guys, later. Right, this is the main configuration of the laptop. Okay. Right. So, in the last class, we discussed about the application, how the three-tier architecture will work. Okay. Again, I'm repeating. Whenever user is accessing the application, that request from the browser, it will goes to web server of the application, and from web server will send that request to the application server. That application server will send that request to the database server. Application server, what it will do, it will create a business logic. So when you click on a jacket, how you are able to get the jacket details, guys? Why not any t-shirt? When you are clicking on the iPhone 15, why you are able to get iPhone 15 details only? Why not Samsung phone? Because the application will create a business logic for your click. Whatever clicks that you are doing based on the area that you are clicking in the application, The application will create a business logic. We can say that is a query. That business logic will be sent to that database server in the backend. In the backend, the database server will get the query from the application, and the database server will execute that query. Okay, and then when you execute any query, generally will get the output, right? That output database server will send it to the application. Application will send it to the web server. Web server will send it to the browser that you are using. So in this way, you are able to get the data or any type. Again, that can be. It's not only like Azure, guys. Any application, the process is same. So in the back end, we have to concentrate only this area, guys. Okay. To concentrate these areas, there are separate teams will be there. To set up all these virtual machines, Windows team will be there. To set up network between these virtual machines, network team will be there. To add the storage team will be there. To install the things, I mean like non-SQL server related products and all, Windows team will be there. And like different depends upon the activity, different teams will be there, but our role is limited to this area only. Even though you know how to handle the application, they will not give you chance to handle the application. Or an application guys say, hey, I know how to handle SQL server, they don't give access to databases because you are not an authorized person. Even though you know the things, you are not an authorized person to do these activities in the other environment or in the other area. So this is how it will be, guys. Okay, so your part is limited to this area only, so you are going to handle the databases. So that's why you are called as a DBA. We are the doctors. What is meant by doctor? We are the doctors. Seriously, we are the doctors. Doctors means we have to be available 24 by 7. Okay, as how the doctor will be, we have to be available 24 by 7. Suddenly we don't know what went wrong. Suddenly application can be down, suddenly a database can be down, suddenly a server can be down. So we have to extend our support to 24 by 7. In case if something issue is there in the database, you should be able to fix it. So that is why, okay, we'll call it as a doctors of DBA, guys. We are the doctors of DBAs. Okay. So as I said earlier, if you are handling, if your project, if your application is using MS SQL Server, you will work as an MS SQL DBA. This database can be various database softwares, like as discussed in the previous session. We have different flavors of database software. How in the 1 minute, just 1 minute, guys, please. Right. Okay. So here, if they are using MS SQL Server, as an MS SQL DBA, you are going to work. If that project chooses Oracle, Oracle DBS will take care of it. If in that project NoSQL is using or MySQL is using, MySQL DBS will take care of it. If Postgres is using, Postgres DBS will take care of it. So don't think that only MS SQL will be used out of 100 databases. That in the database industry, you can also go and Google it. As of now, SQL is the leading partner in the database industry. That's for sure. Okay. Earlier, SQL contribution is like more than 50%. Nowadays, the contribution of MS SQL is like 40, 30 to 40% means Out of 100 database softwares, still 30 to 40 database softwares are MS SQL only. Remaining other 60 percentage, okay, will be Oracle, will be MySQL, NoSQL, MongoDB, PostgreSDB, CockroachDB, MariaDB. Different flavors are there, so people are using, and it depends on the application compatibility also. Shanmukh, why they are not using SQL Server? Why others are not using SQL Server? If the application is compatible with a particular database software, they will use that software only. And based on the features of that product also, everything, see, we are using different phones. In our class, we have 30 people. So all 30 people are using iPhone, guys? No, right? So depends upon the features of the iPhone. Some people will go for the iPhone. Depends on the features, security. Some people will choose iPhone. Some people will choose the Samsung. Some people will choose Oppo, Vivo, Motorola. Okay, different companies, brands will choose it. So in the same way, in the database also, based on their requirement, based on the application compatibility, they are going to choose the database software. And if they are using database MS SQL in their backend, okay, so as an MS SQL DBA, database administrator, okay, so and the work that we are going to handle is like administration. So we are going to handle the administration part. So administration means not like office administration and all. Database related administration we have to work. So as these databases are very critical, databases will play a key role. Okay, so in case if suddenly went wrong, something went wrong and all, suddenly something went wrong or something down, so in such scenario, one person at least in one shift will be available, guys. Okay, so generally what kind of shifts will be there for the supported people? Generally morning shift will be there, afternoon shift will be there, night shift will be there, UK shift will be there. So different shifts also will be there. Why we are discussing all these things means in the interviews they will ask you, okay, how many members are there in your team, in what shifts you are supporting, how frequently the shifts are going to change, just to check whether you are a genuine DBA or not. If you are not a genuine DBA, you cannot answer these questions. How many members will be there in the team? Just type your answers in the chat, guys. If HR is no, not HR, if manager is asking how many members are there in your team, type your answers in the chat. Just normally I'm asking. If you get a question, how many members are there in your team? What you will answer, guys? Type any number, no issues. Your favorite number also you can type. Your lucky number also you can type. It's not a technical question. I'm just generally I'm asking. That's it. Okay. So Sandhya 18, Anil 22, Anil R 4, Nageshwar Reddy 10, added. Uh, Adedo. I can pronounce your name as Adedo.
It's doing. This is doing.
Doing. Yeah. Doing 10 to 12. Okay. Kanaya 8 to 9 and Kaustubh 8 and Shiv 7 to 9. Jarif 7 people. Vinay 4. Dhamini 4 to 5. Ashish 6. Roja 7 to 10. Raj 5. Yasin 7. Bhagya 4 to 5. Raju 6. Vaibhav 12. Anil 4. Raj Joshi 3 to 4. So you're almost correct, guys. Okay, you're almost correct. So you can tell any number uh, more than 6 to less than 10. Okay, you can tell any number. Stick to that number. Don't tell 6 to 8 members. You don't know 6 to 8 members. Don't tell the range. Okay, tell them clear because daily on a regular basis you will work with the team. Can you say 6 to 8 members in my team? No, right? Either 6 or 8. So you can tell less than 10 members. Okay, more than 10 members DB team also will be there, 20 members team, 100 members team also will be there. Depends. It depends upon the type of project. If it is a shared project, like there is a company called Rackspace. What Rackspace will do is it will give support to all the Microsoft clients in case if you are facing any challenges with Microsoft product, as this is a Microsoft product, the SQL Server. So you can take the support, paid support from the Rackspace company. So they don't have any particular project, guys. They will work on the regular issues in the sense across the globe for their clients. If any issues they are facing, so they are going to get the service by just paying some amount to the Rackspace. So their 100 people also will be there in the team. But if you say 100 people, then chalo, our HR will get back to you. Whatever number you are saying, it should be realistic and you should be able to justify. 100 is not a wrong number. You can tell 100 also, but you have to justify. Mine is a shared project. We are going to help the clients across the globe. So we have different DBAs. Depends upon the client's region and all. Region means we have APAC region, Asia Pacific region, we have EMEA region, we have US region. The globe is divided into three main regions. One is APAC region. Okay, APAC region means Asia Pacific countries, India, Singapore, what else? Malaysia. All these eastern side countries like Asia Pacific region, and EMEA like EU countries, European Union countries, UK, Switzerland. Okay, these countries comes under like this. We have Middle East countries also comes under EMEA. Dubai, Sharjah, these countries also comes under EMEA time zone. And US, US means completely US side. Like so, in case if they are asking in which shift you are supporting, what and all shifts will be there, then you can tell we have three shifts: APAC shift, EMEA shift, EMEA shift, and US shift. So APAC shift means our daytime, which will be general time, morning 7 to 3, one shift will be there. 2 to 11, one shift will be there. Night 11, one shift will be there. Afternoon 2 to night 11, one shift will be there. Night 11 to morning 7 o'clock, one shift will be there. So round the clock at least one DBA will be there in the shift. So if something went wrong, that particular guy who is supporting in that time zone will help you to fix the issues. Are you getting the point, guys? Any questions, doubts so far here? So because these are all very basics, sometimes in the technical interviews also they will ask you which shifts you are supporting currently, how the rota means what? Rotational shifts. Rota team lead will prepare the rota. Okay, rota is nothing but a chart, a shift chart. We can call it as a rota. So the team lead or manager every week or every month, okay, they are going to change the shifts. Maybe this week you might be in the morning shift, next week you will be in the afternoon shift, next to next week you will be in the night shift, or this month morning, next month afternoon, next to next month night shift. So like this we are going to manage in the organization. At least one DBA should be available, not only from the database side, guys. All the supported teams like Windows side also 24 by 7 one resource will be available. Network side also 24 by 7 one resource will be available. Our jobs are different than developers. Developers job is 9 to 5, 9 to 6, because that is fixed. It depends on the project. So if it is a UK project or US project, maybe timings will vary, but fixed shift will be there. So 9 to 6 job, developers job is. After that they will not connect unless and until if they are having any deployments and all. But DBA is not like that. We have to support 24 by 7. So there is a chance that night shifts also will be there. But again, there will be some consideration, Shanmukh. Okay, so sometimes for ladies and all, it can be a problem. So you can tell them, okay, so sometimes mostly ladies, for the ladies, they will not give night shift, even though if they are giving night shift, they might ask you to do work from home only. So different options also we have, but don't worry about the shifts, guys. In case if anyone is asking in which shift you are supporting, how frequently the shifts will be changed, how many shifts are there, how many DBAs are there, so you can tell any number between 6 to 10, but you have to fix one number, guys, either 6 or 7 or 8. So some people I can see 4 also, that is, it's not wrong. 4 people also will be there, even one person team also will be there. A single person also will support the whole project sometimes. But what they will think is like most of the interviewers will think like maybe you don't have a genuine experience. That's why you are saying four people. Randomly you are guessing. So you have to tell any number between 6 to 10. You can tell 6, 7 members, you can tell 8 members, you can tell 10 members also. So some follow-up questions also will be there, guys. Okay, some follow-up questions on that shift. Okay, also will be there. So whatever we discussed, those are all the questions they might ask from the particular area. Right. So now let's go back to the technical things. So in the morning session, we discussed about the SQL course. Okay, the overview of the course, how we are going to learn, how to start. Okay, so all these things we discussed in the previous session. So generally, a DBA, database administrator, what is his roles and responsibilities? What a DBA will do on a regular basis in the organization. Okay. Generally, a DBA is responsible for installing and maintaining the SQL servers. As I said here, in the three-tier architecture, the last tier is database server. So installing the database server is your work only, DBA work only. Installing and configuring the SQL server is the work of the DBA. DBAs only will take care of this. We have to install this product. It will start with installation, right? So as a DBA, you are responsible for installing and maintaining the database softwares. And database means it will store the critical data. So very sensitive data will be there. So we cannot give access to everyone. Correct? We cannot give access to everyone. 1 minute. Someone is doing something on my screen. Uh, clear, clear all drawings and disable notions for others. Okay, fine. Right. So sensitive data will be there in the database. Okay, so we cannot give access to everyone. An authorized person only has to access the data. So in that scenario, what we have to do, the security of the database also we have to take care. The main objectives of DBAs will be safety and security of the data. You have to secure the data by not allowing the unauthorized access to the data or database. Okay, so for that what you have to do is you have to create some logins. For example, if you want to access Gmail, you should have a login right in the Gmail. Without login, can you access Gmail? That means initially you are creating a login, right? Initially, if you don't have Gmail, you will create the login initially and then you will log into the Gmail and then you will access the Gmail. This is how it will work, right? So in the same way, database side, it's not like everyone can come and create. Only DBAs can create logins to others and they only can give access to the users. Users can be developers, users can be end users, anyone. So as a DBA, we are responsible to create the logins and giving the permissions. One person should have only read access. One person should have read and write access. One person should have delete access. One person shouldn't have delete access. So it depends upon their roles and responsibilities. If a junior developer joined, I cannot give you complete access to the junior developer, right? Correct? Because he's a developer. His work is he has to develop the things. But if I give complete access to the developer, junior developer, while developing the things, he might delete the objects and all. We don't know. We cannot guess. So I don't give the same access to everyone. Depends upon their roles and responsibilities. I'll give you the access. I means who? The DBA. DBA is responsible to give the permissions to the users. And as I said, this comes under security, and this comes under safety. How you will provide the safety to the database? Suddenly disk is corrupted. Where you are storing the data, the disk is corrupted. Suddenly the server is corrupted.
Yeah.
Suddenly some disaster happened, some fire accidents happened in the server room. Short circuit happened. Where is the safety to your data? You have ordered 1 lakh iPhone in the Amazon after the purchase. You gave the, like, while purchasing, you gave the OTP, money is deducted, order is placed. After that, suddenly Amazon database is crashed. Then next day morning, Amazon will send you, hey, my database is crashed. We cannot process your order. We don't know how much amount you paid. We cannot refund. How frustrating it is, guys. We cannot even imagine. See, a business is a business. It can be 1 rupee business, 1 lakh business, 1 crore business. Trust is very important. So if Amazon is doing like that, anyone will visit Amazon, guys. Next from that point onwards, no, right? The trust will be gone. The business will be gone. So there is a chance that the data can be corrupted, the database can be corrupted, the disk can be corrupted, the server can be corrupted, the server can be crashed, the machine can be crashed. Anything can happen. We cannot guarantee, right? Next minute, what will happen? So for that, we have to provide the safety to the data. How we will provide the safety? By using the backups and restore concepts. By using backups and restores, we can provide the safety to the data so that if something went wrong, okay, if you are taking backups on a regular basis, if something went wrong, then you should be able to recover it. You should be able to restore the database, okay, till the point of corruption. So as a DBA, we have to take care of the backups and we have to take care of the restores also. So what is meant by database refresh activity then? What is meant by database refresh activity? What is the database refresh activity? Any idea? Guess
Uh,
it.
Refresh is
method.
simply just restoring a copy of the backup taken earlier to a different environment.
Any other inputs, guys?
Take the backup of production database and it transfer
Hmm,
to the secondary server, secondary database for synchronizing.
very good.
Yeah, it could be similar from the lower environment like the development SIT to other UAT and ORT or production environment. We can refresh the data along with not only the database, kind of the schema also we can refresh over there.
Very good. Okay. So database refresh activity means, like as I said earlier, we will have different types of environments will be there. Okay. Production, non-production environment. Production means users will connect. You will get the live data. I'm using Amazon or Azure. When I purchase something, okay, the data will be generated. It will be stored in the database. That is a real-time data. Correct, guys? But non-prod application, who will access? Who will access the non-prod application? Who is going to place an order in the non-prod application? No one. That is only for testing purpose. So means in my lower environment, I don't have a live data. Without live data, can I test it? The test results can vary with 1 lakh records and it can vary with 1 million records. If you give simply sample data, you may not get exact results. So the test results also can be different. So as there is no live data in the lower environment, you cannot test it properly. How can I get the data to the lower environment then?
So, but in this case, we can set up the cluster environment, right? The active and passive,
No,
or
no. That is different. That is different. That is completely different.
no. The questions
How
here
you?
is, yeah. So question here is if somebody, yeah, either myself or you had placed the order right through the Amazon or any other e-commerce website. So, but in between the
Hmm.
data is lost, then how the system means how the
That
the
is,
product.
see, that is different, Kanaya. That is
Uh-huh.
different.
So
Standalone high availability is different. That we
I
will discuss. I am
Yeah.
asking, my live data is there in the production environment. I want to get the same live data to the non-prod environment. How we can do that? So
Oh,
whatever
that.
you are saying,
Uh, yeah, yeah,
that
correct,
is
correct. So
completely
I was
different. That is
correlating my,
standalone and a
the
cluster.
I was correlating myself,
Yeah.
regarding the data which you give the example of
Mm.
the some customer has
Yes.
placed the order 100K and he lost the connections in between.
Mm.
So that would be different one. Okay,
That is
all right.
different. No, that is
Yeah,
different. That is a different topic, and that is completed. And we started this one refresh activity. That is for
yeah.
backup and restores. That is for backup and
Mm-mm-mm.
restores. Yeah.
Yeah, all
So
right.
now my live data is there in the production environment. I want to get the same live data to the non-prod environment or pre-prod environment or lower environment. So in that scenario, we have an option called backup and restore. Simply, I can take the backup of the production databases and I will restore, I will copy my backups to the lower environments and simply I'm going to restore the data. Okay, I will take the backup of production server or production database and I'll move it to stage server. There I will restore because stage server, UAT server, test servers, dev servers, there will be no real-time data. So already data is there in one place. For example, you have an important data in one drive. You want to move it to Google Drive. What you will do? You will simply copy paste, right? You are going to upload your file into the Google Drive so that the safety will be there. So in the Google Drive, generally you don't have a live data. So you have the whatever data, your personal data is there in your drive, you can upload to the Google Drive. So in the same way, we have data in one server, live data in one server. The same live data, if you want to get to the other environment, you can simply take the backup of the production database and you can copy the backup to the non-prod servers and you can restore it. So the process of restoring the data from higher environments to lower environments is called database refresh activities.
But
So
yeah,
on a regular,
yeah.
yes,
Sorry, I
please.
have one question. Just one confusion here to me. Since the production, if you see before this point, we discussed about the authentication and authorizations, right? So we have some permissions. The production team is different and lower environment like the development SIT, we have different team. But how do the DBA will check the compatibility whether the right, like if I am the production DBA, means the production team member, but we don't have full control on the development SIT servers, then how we can migrate, the credentials from the productions to lower environment then?
Kanaya, you are going too deep. Okay, so you didn't join the morning session. So generally,
Okay.
my sessions will be limited to that particular topic. I got
Oh,
your
I see.
question,
Uh-huh.
but due to non-technical people, okay, if you discuss all these things in the early of the
Uh-huh.
sessions, the others will be confused. In case
I
if
see, I
you're
see.
stuck
Okay,
at
okay.
any
No,
point,
since
you
you have,
can call me in the WhatsApp. I'll explain there also. But I don't want to, as you are a real-time guy, so you are
uh,
working from the application support. So yes, your question is valid, but this will be covered in the other concept. How the data validity will be there, how we will check it. Okay, so all these things will be covered as per the particular topic, Kanaya.
all right, all right, all right. Now and you can proceed. Yeah, thank you. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, is it clear what is refresh activity? Database refresh, not right click and
Yes, sir.
refresh. What is meant by
Yes, sir.
database refresh, guys? We will not have a real-time data in the lower environment. So without real-time data, we cannot test the business logic. So I will take the backup of the production environment and I am going to restore it into the non-prod environment. So the process of restoring from higher to lower environments, not versions. Okay, so that is called database refresh activity. So as a DBA, we have to perform this database refresh activities. Sometimes weekly you will do this activity, sometimes monthly you will do this activity, sometimes ad hoc requests you will get it from the users directly. They will ask you to do a refresh activity on the ad hoc basis, means that time, okay, they will immediately ask you to do the fresh backup for testing the logics and all. Yes, Abhishek, please.
So basically, this data refresh activity performed for the uh, production to lower environment backup data, right?
Correct. Yes, correct,
Only
correct.
this
Yes.
used for data refresh activity.
Correct. Only for this purpose we will use this database refresh activity.
Okay. For that means every month doing this activity, DBA team
Mhm.
or
Yeah, as I said, it can be a weekly activity. In some projects, weekly they will ask you to do. In some
okay,
applications, they will ask you to like do every month. So it depends upon their requirement. Sometimes ad hoc. Suddenly they are doing some deployments. Okay.
okay,
So ad hoc, they will ask you to take the backup of production and they might ask you to restore ad hoc requests. That time on the same day you will get a request. You have to execute on the same day. So ad hoc requests also you will get it. So it depends upon the project, it depends upon the application, you will get the requirements of database refresh activity.
Okay, as a requirement of load environment,
Hmm.
right?
Correct.
So who is involved this activity? Only DBA team
DBS only
involved?
will, no other teams, only DBA. Backup, you know how to do. I mean, means once you are proficient with the backup concept, okay, you know how to take the backups, you know how to
Yes.
copy the backup files, you know how to restore the database. So purely
Mm.
it's a DBA task.
Okay, DBA team.
Only DBA team will be involved in case if it's a banking project. In case if you cannot copy the backup files from one
Okay,
server to another server, you
okay,
might take the help of Windows team just to copy the backup files.
okay.
Once that
DBA
is
have
the
a
rare
access of
scenario.
DBA have a access of load environment, right?
Correct, yes. DBA should have access. We are the doctors, we have to fix everything. For lower
Okay,
environment, don't think there is a separate person. You have to take care of lower and higher environments also.
okay,
Yeah. So we will have access, full control will be there in both the environments.
hmm. Okay, understand.
Yeah. Okay. So in case if your backups are failed, if your restores are failed, why it was failed, where it was failed, how it was failed, everything we can see and we should be able to fix it, guys, as a DBA. Creating jobs and maintenance plans. So what is this jobs and maintenance plans? Generally, we will handle hundreds of servers and thousands of databases. But is it possible to take the backup of thousands of databases on a regular basis manually? Manually, by logging into each server, can I take the backup of thousands of databases on a daily basis? No, right? We should have an automation. Correct? Automation should be there. So the regular tasks like backups, some maintenance tasks will manage with the help of automation. That automation, to achieve the automation, we have some tools called jobs and maintenance plans. So jobs and maintenance plans are the tools to achieve the automation in the SQL Server, like a regular tasks like backups and some maintenance tasks to check the database integrity. Okay, like that, slowly you'll get to know what and all maintenance tasks will run on a regular basis. So these to execute, to perform a daily tasks or a regular tasks, we should be able to use an automation. So with the help of jobs concept and maintenance plans concept, we can achieve that automation. Means if you create one job that should run every day night at 12 o'clock, which will take the backup of all the databases. Have you ever checked your WhatsApp at night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Sometimes you can see on the screen one pop-up will come. What is that pop-up?
Backup.
Backing up your messages.
Yes.
Correct? So who is backing up your message at night 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? If you are using a credit card statement every month, 16th or 15th or 10th or 11th, whatever it is, you are going to get a credit card statement. Who is sending you these credit card statements?
By using of job particular card related job.
Automation. Yes,
Hmm.
automation. So they are going to automate these things, the regular tasks, the repetitive tasks. They will automate. So automatically by that time, the databases will be backed up. Depends on the schedule that you are scheduling. So to achieve the automation, we have two tools in the SQL Server. One is jobs and maintenance plans. Not only backups, lot of maintenance tasks we can achieve it using this automation, guys. Okay. So as a DBA, we have to create the jobs. It can be a backup job. It can be, I cannot tell different jobs, but just for naming, I'm telling now. Don't worry about this terminology. Generally, the maintenance jobs will be backup jobs, index rebuilding jobs, index reorganizing jobs, update statistics jobs, DBCC, check DB jobs. I know these words are completely new, but don't worry. Okay, there is a separate discussion on all these things. So we'll discuss all these things. So as a DBA, we have to take care of the automation also. As a DBA, we have to take care of the automation also.
One question I want to, I would like to ask Sharma.
Yes, please, Raj.
Yeah. So, if we, I'm talking about job and maintenance plan. If we automate that job, and
Okay.
the backup is huge, means it's taking a lot of space, right?
Okay. Backup is
The backup is huge, and it will take a lot of space. So,
okay.
as a DBA, is it our job to check whether
Yes,
the
if backup is taking
space?
lot of time, it is our job. If backups are failed, or if any maintenance tasks are failed, it is our duty to fix what is the issue, where is the issue, and also it is our duty only. Okay,
So,
database side, SQL Server side, if any issues are there, as a DBA, it is our duty only to fix it.
okay. So, because we are taking backup of a database, so how would we know that how much the space of this database and
Very good
how much it
question.
will take?
Very
Yeah.
good question. This will be discussed in the backups and recovery of the databases.
Okay. Okay. No issues. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, guys. So maintenance plans, jobs, and all we have to take care of it. And in case if any job is failed, sometimes backup jobs will be failed. Tell me one common reason why a backup job can be failed. One common reason you can guess it easily. You can guess it. One common reason why a backup job can be failed.
Sometimes facing
Already
network,
Network.
Raj already gave one hint.
sometimes network issues
Uh,
are
Due to disk space issue, low disk space.
Very good, very good. Simple thing, simple thing. Network
necessary.
and all different. Even though if it is a network issue, network will be recovered, right? It
Okay.
won't be down for a long time, right? It will be recovered. Maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 1 hour, it will be recovered. But my
Okay.
job is failed. Okay, so how to fix it? So if there is no disk space at all, there is no free space at all in my drive, until you fix the disk space issue, until you add the space in the drive, you cannot run the backups. Very simple. There are other reasons also, but very simple reason is, in case if there is no free space in the drive, then also the okay, generally the backups can be failed. So these are all some common reasons and all if any jobs are failed. So as a DBA, it's our responsibility to check why this was failed and all. Okay, so that is the DBA activity. And configuring the high availabilities. What is meant by high availability? What is meant by high availability?
Suppose one instance is fail, that is taken care of by other instance.
Very good, very good. That's
Suppose
true,
primary
correct.
server is failed, the secondary server is ready to,
Very
it's
good.
already shipped to the primary server.
Nice, very good.
Backup server available all time. That
Very
means
good.
Yeah.
availability, high
Any
availability.
node or instance will available all the time.
Okay.
Ensuring about 100% uptime of the database system.
Okay, very good. 100 simple, very simple definition is 100% uptime or maximum uptime. 99.99% is uptime.
Yeah.
Okay, so high availability. High availability is nothing
Upon
but
running, it's upon run.
making the applications highly available. Okay, making the applications highly available. Generally, if only one SIM is there, for example, in my phone I have two SIMs. Mostly people are using two SIMs only in India. Why we will use two SIMs, guys? What is the purpose of using two SIMs?
If one
If
network
there
won't
is
be
no
available, the
network,
other network.
correct. Sometimes if there is no network to one signal, one SIM, then the calls can be forwarded to the second SIM. If there is no network in another SIM, SIM 2, you can forward those calls to SIM 1. Means your availability is increasing. Correct? Can you achieve high availability with a single SIM? Is it possible?
No, just like
No, right?
using
If
for
there
the
is no
backup.
signal, yeah, if they imagine you are traveling in a remote area for 2 to 3 hours, if there is no signal to that particular SIM, definitely 2 to 3 hours you will not be available. So if there is an emergency case, it will be difficult, right? So with the two SIMs only we can achieve the high availability. Minimum two SIMs should be there to achieve the high availability. But remember one thing, an application can always connect to one database server. It cannot connect to multiple database servers. Let me help you. Okay, maybe let me explain in this way, you will get an idea. Okay. One minute, I'm sharing my screen. Right. Right. Okay. Imagine this is your database server. This is your Windows machine. In that means machine we have installed SQL Server. In that SQL Server we have a database. And my application, this is my application. Imagine it's a Azure.com. And my application is connected to this database server. Remember one thing, this is very basic point and important point. An application can connect to one database server at a time. It cannot connect to multiple database servers. Even though you have two SIMs, you can able to get the call to one SIM at a time, correct? Can you get calls to two SIMs at a time? Have you ever tried? No, you will not get it, because when you are getting call to one SIM, what will happen, you know? What will happen, you know, guys? The other SIM will be disabled for a moment. After picking up the call, you might get call waiting. But while getting the call, you will not get calls to other SIM. Means an application can connect to one database server at a time. Is this clear, everyone? The very important point, very basic point. Application cannot connect to multiple database servers at a time. Is it clear, guys? Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now this is my single database server. Can I achieve high availability of Azure.com application with single database server? The answer is definitely no.
No.
No. Yes.
Because a database can be corrupted, a server can be corrupted, a machine can be corrupted, a network can be down. Anything can happen. A disaster can happen, like fire accidents, tsunamis, hurricanes, cyclones. So like different disasters can happen, earthquakes. So we cannot guarantee, right? So definitely I should have a standby server. This is my standby server. This is my standby server. So as I said, the application can connect to one database server at a time. Then how the data will goes to this server then, guys? How the data will goes to this server then? If application is able to push the data, for example, you're ordering one jacket, it will run like this one query, insert into, okay, something like insert into table name, men's jackets, something like that. I'm just giving an example. Values maybe order ID, okay, comma, men's jacket, comma, blue color, comma, company name, what is that? Budana, something like that. Buda, okay, comma, maybe you order it for Bangalore location, BLR, comma, maybe the cost is 900 or something. So this is the record. You have ordered one jacket, it will create a record like this kind of thing. I am not saying the same record it will create, like this kind of record it will create. This is called business logic. This transaction will go to one database server at a time because your application is connected to this server. But suddenly if this you have ordered already, maybe imagine this is the iPhone. You have already ordered that iPhone with 1 lakh rupees. Suddenly this is crashed. Then where is your data is storing? Where is the standby copy? That means you have to set up a synchronization technique from this server to this server. Are you getting the point, guys? How important the synchronization is now? Sometimes you can see whenever you are adding one contact, very perfect live example I can tell you. We are all using mobile phones, right? Correct? When you are logging in first time, when you are setting up the mobile phone, what you will do? What you will do, guys? You will register, right?
Yes,
How you
right.
will register? How you will register? You will give your Gmail ID, right? Using Gmail ID, you will register. Why? What is the use of the Gmail ID? Why we have to give the Gmail ID? What is the purpose?
For the
Maintain
backup.
backup of data.
Backup. Very good. Backup. So if you are going to create one contact in your phone, once you created a contact, automatically it will be in sync with your Google Drive. Agreed or not, everyone?
I
Means
agree, sir.
if something happened to your device, if you lost your device, then you are going to lose the contacts, right? For me, contacts are very important. My business is running with contacts only. If I lose all of my contacts, then my business will be down. I cannot follow up with the students. So what I'll do?
Accurate.
Nothing I have to do. Simply I will log into the device with the help of Gmail. So whatever changes, either photos or videos or contacts, everything will be in sync with the Google Drive continuously. If you lost the device also, if you give the same Gmail ID in the new device, you are able to recover the data. So in the same way, data can come to one database server at a time. It cannot push the data to two database servers. So it came to this server, but there is no guarantee, as this is a standalone server, there is no guarantee the safety of this transaction. We'll set up a synchronization mechanism so that the data will be in sync with this database also. Control G, take this. So the record will comes to this database also. So if suddenly if something went wrong with this database, I have another database. Simply what I'll do, I will change my application IP to this server. My data is available in another server. Correct, guys? Are you getting? This is how the high availability will be managed. Clear? So I have to set up a synchronization technique. That synchronization technique, whatever we are saying, so we have different types of synchronization techniques. We have mainly log shipping, mirroring, replication, clustering, always on. These are all different type of synchronizations. It will help you to synchronize the data from primary server to secondary server. If something happened to my just a minute, if something happened to my primary server, my secondary server will take the load. Depends upon the feature. Sometimes the secondary will automatically take the load. Sometimes we have to manually route the application to the secondary server. So these are called HADR concepts, which are advanced concepts, guys. Okay, which are advanced concepts. HADR, high availability. HA means high availability. DR means disaster recovery. In case of disasters, how we are going to recover. So I should set up one synchronization technique so that if something goes wrong with my primary, the secondary can act as a primary. You know, right? That dual role movies. Two heroes will be there. One hero is innocent, like me, and another hero is like very brave, dynamic, and he is used to fight with the okay enemies or whoever. And at the end of the movie, these two characters will exchange their role, right? That innocent guy will become brave, and brave guy will become innocent. They are going to exchange their roles, correct? So in the same way, if something happened to my primary, we are going to exchange the roles. The primary, the existing secondary can become a primary server. So there will be no problem to my application. My data, I'm getting the data from this database. So this is how. But to get the data, I should have one synchronization technique, right? How the data is synchronizing from your phone to Google Drive to your Gmail. You just enable the sync option. So you are able to sync all the details of your phone into the Google Drive. In the same way, you have to set up one synchronization. It can be a lock shipping, it can be a mirroring, it can be a replication, it can be an always on. So based on the synchronization technique, you should be able to maintain the high availability of the servers, guys. Are we good, guys? Of course it might be too technical, but don't worry, we have a clear discussion like how I explained with the diagrams. In the same way I'll explain for the in the coming classes. These are all advanced concepts. After 1.5 months we are going to discuss all these things. Okay, are we good, guys? The high availability disaster recovery. Yes, please, Vinay.
Yeah, so I'm having one question. Let's take a scenario that there's an issue with that primary server, and now the connection has to shift to the secondary server. So we have to
Correct.
change the connection string. So that will be done
Correct.
automatically, or someone will be there. Suppose
That's
at
what.
my time.
That's why I guessed your question. That's why I told you. Out of these five techniques, some of them are manual failovers, some of them are automatic failovers. Lock shipping and mirroring. Lock shipping is a manual failover. Means manually you have to up the secondary server. Mirroring, manual and automatic is also there. Replication, both sides the data will be available. Clustering, we have manual and automatic. Always on manual and automatic. So except lock shipping, we have automatic and manual features across all the four techniques. Okay, so yes, automatically it will be routed to the next available server, guys. Next available database server.
So high level idea is we can use log shipping within the application testing algorithms. All are sync the data. Mainly high level ideas sync the
Correct,
data.
correct.
Also.
Mainly the main goal of these techniques is to sync the data to take care of the responsibility in case if primary is down. Okay, guys, are we good? Are you feeling overloaded?
No, no, sir. One question. By
Yes,
using of
please.
log shipping, maintain that means meaning of data, replication of data, and everything, right? Clustering and always on
Yes.
in the in the single task, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Single task, no. For one application, I'll use lock shipping. For another application, I'll use always, and for another application, I'll use replication. It doesn't mean five synchronous options are there. Means in every organization, people will use all five. Some organization will use lock shipping and mirroring. Some organization will use mirroring and replication. Some organization will use always on and clustering. Some organizations might use all three. Some organizations might use all five. So it depends on their requirement. What customer is asking, based on their requirement, they are going to use it. If they want to use all five for different applications, they will use all five. If they want to use only two, they will use only two features.
Commonly used techniques what is mainly
Always on nowadays it was very famous. So most of the organizations are using always on nowadays. It was very good feature, and it's very, I mean to say, simple to configure, simple to understand. So automatic failover is there, will be discussed in the high availability classes. Log shipping, very less people are using nowadays. Like in case if your organization is very big and a lot of servers are there, and old servers, old applications are there, people might use log shipping and mirroring also. Replication sometimes depends upon their requirements. Replication also they will use. Okay, so these things will be discussed slowly, guys. Are we good about the high availability? Are we good, guys? Any questions so far?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
one question.
Yes, Damini.
So now I have a issue with my primary. So
Hmm.
my secondary has become my primary, right? So is
Yes,
there anything that we need to work on the issue
lot of things,
primary
lot of things,
to make it
lot
correct,
of
or
things.
do we need
Yes,
to
lot of
do?
things.
Sorry.
That's what, like, lot of things are there to work. Okay. After that,
Okay.
after corruption, you cannot leave it like that because
Hmm.
today, for safety purpose, you just made this as a primary. But where is the
Yes.
primary to this server? Where is
Yeah.
the secondary? Till now, for this server, there is a secondary server. Now this
Yes.
became primary. Where is the
Primary.
secondary for this? So you have to troubleshoot this server. You cannot leave it like that. So a lot
Okay.
of things will be involved. You have to fix it. So how to fix and all will be discussed as per the concepts.
Okay.
Yes, please, guys. Any other questions? Any other questions? Are we good?
Yes, so no question.
So,
Right?
so,
Ah, yeah.
so one
Yes, please.
question. If so,
Yes,
my
yes, Raj,
primary
please.
my primary server is stuck or is not working. So I will create my secondary to prime. After
Okay.
some correction, after some bug fixing, I will again create my secondary to primary. Or
That is
if
possible. That is possible. In the always on, it is possible. I'll tell you.
okay,
You are getting
that's
a
all,
lot of
please.
questions. This is not a high availability class, just an introduction. Just to touch
Okay,
the terminologies. That's it.
just asking this. It's
Yeah,
staying on
yeah,
my mind.
I got it. Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah, I got it.
thanks,
Trust me.
thanks.
Any other questions, guys? Okay, fine. Are we good? Right. So configuring high availabilities means log shipping, mirroring, replication, clustering. See, I just star marked it because these are very, very important concepts. Very important concepts high availabilities are. So as a DBA, we have to configure, we have to maintain and manage the high availabilities. Of course, fixing and troubleshooting in case if something went wrong with the SQL server, you should be able to fix it. You should be able to troubleshoot the SQL server, what went wrong, where it was exactly, where is the error, what happened. Okay, so you can just, okay, fix the errors. So if you are keep practicing the things like whatever errors we are getting in our practice, okay, so it will help you to understand the concepts properly. With that knowledge, you can able to fix the common errors, common issues in the organization. Of course, even no one can fix 100% issues alone. With the existing knowledge, that existing knowledge will help you to check the online resources, to Google it, to check in the chat GPT. So by taking the online resources help, you should be able to, or you can able to fix the issues, guys. But you have to practice the concept properly. You should have a clear picture on the concept. So if you have a clear picture on the basics, okay, definitely you should be able to fix most of the errors. With that knowledge, you can able to search for the, in case if you are getting very new error, okay, very big error, you don't know how to troubleshoot, but at least you will have a knowledge, right? So with that knowledge, you should be able to Google it and you should be able to fix the errors. Okay, so fixing and troubleshooting the issues also as a DBA will do, guys. Tuning the SQL server. Tuning means, for example, I just opened the same Azure.com. It is keep on rotating. It's keep on rotating, guys. Okay, it is taking lot of time and it's not loading. That means what? That means what?
Performance issue.
You are able to open the other applications. Other applications are working very fine. When you open Amazon in the next tab, it's very fine. When you open Flipkart in the other tab, it's running fine, smoothly. But Azure is keep on buffering. What it means? Means performance issue. So it's very natural that as you are handling gigabytes and terabytes of data, sometimes you might face performance issues also. From the database side, if you are facing any performance issues, as a DBA, you have to fix it, guys. As a DBA, you have to fix it. So generally, in the performance tuning side, sometimes my CPU utilization will be high, memory utilization will be high, query is running slow, application is running slow, blockings. So all these things comes under performance, guys. so which is going to impact the performance of the SQL Server. So as a DBA, if SQL Server or application is running slow, which is connected to the MS SQL, as a DBA, you should be able to fix the slow running queries. And in case if your application is also running slow, you can check from the DB side what went wrong and all. We can able to fix it. We have few concepts as discussed. We will discuss about the lot of concepts like CPU spikes, memory spikes, application running slow, query running slow, temp DB contention, indexing, fragmentation. Okay, so statistics, what and all objects will play a key role in improving the performance of the query. We'll discuss all those things. Okay, in the performance tuning concepts also, guys. So this is what a DBA will do on a regular basis. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, doubts? So morning, no one asked this doubt. Generally, in every batch, one guy or two people will ask this doubt. What is that doubt?
Sir, can you
Hmm.
tuning mainly used for the which purpose? That means performance reasons, right?
Tuning, yeah, tuning is for the performance only. Performance only. If application or query is not running as expected, you have to tune the SQL Server. Tuning is a mechanism, like for example, tuning, you know, right? General word of tuning means when you are listening a radio FM, okay, so generally if you are not getting frequency, proper frequency, you are going to set a proper frequency 93.5 FM, 91.2 FM. So when you tune it, you will get the clear audio. In the same way, there are some configurations of SQL Server. If you enable the configurations and if you set up those configurations properly, then the performance of the SQL Server will be improved. So those things and all will be covered under tuning, performance tuning classes.
So how to know tuning is not that means performance tuning is facing just like this type of issue? How to find it?
Simply, yeah, that's what Abhishek, you're asking very generalized question. So at this moment, okay, as I said, there are a lot of things. Performance tuning means there are a lot of things involved. Okay, so you should know all the things slowly. Then only you'll get to, okay, you'll get an idea what went wrong, why it was slow, everything. You'll get a complete idea. So at this moment, I cannot tell the answer. I will skip this question to performance tuning
Okay.
because my application is running slow. What went wrong? You're asking. There are 20 to 30 factors which will impact the performance of the SQL Server. If I tell all 20 to 30 factors,
No
then
question. Yeah.
tomorrow you also will not join.
Okay.
So slowly, if you go slowly, that will be simple only. It doesn't mean that is very difficult or typical concepts. It is simple only, but step by step, if you learn, you should be able to get it easily. Yeah. So because of that reason, guys, wantedly, I'll skip some questions as per the topics. Please don't mind. I don't feel that
No,
I'm ignoring your questions. I know these questions are common as you are working. So, but I'll cover these questions definitely. Okay. When I'm skipping a question means there is a particular concept to discuss these things. So in that area, we are going to cover, guys. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Are we good now about the daily tasks of a DBA? Okay, if we are good, that's it for today. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, so I told you like initially 1 2 weeks I'll take, okay, 1.5 hour, 2 hours. So slowly we'll go. I don't want to push everything, okay, on the same day or same week. Slowly we'll learn. So nothing to worry. We have enough time. I'm going to manage the things. Okay. So if you don't have questions, if you are good, we are good to drop for now. Again, the session will be there tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. IST, and for US people tonight 9:30 EST. And please use the same link, okay? And tomorrow I'll create the, I mean tomorrow in the sense for us it is tomorrow. I'll create a registration form. Simply you have to fill your mobile number, Gmail ID, so that it will help us to give the access to the resources, guys. Okay. So I hope we are good. Okay. If nothing is there, we are good to wrap up the session for now.
In chat box, there is two questions. Can you approach them?
1 minute. Where is my chat box? Chat box. Chat box. Sajida. Okay, I'm getting. Okay, sir. Application team said, hey, DBA database not connected. As a DBA, what thing we have to check first? Basic thing. Basic thing, in case if the application is not connecting to the database, there are some protocols which are responsible to connect from the outside connections, which are remote connections. The basic thing also can be, if database itself is down, can we connect? Very basic thing. Forget about the protocols and all. My database is down. Can an application connect to the database in that scenario?
No.
No, right? My server is up and running, but database is offline. In that scenario, then
No.
also we cannot connect. Okay. If application has to connect to the database means database server should be up and running. Database also should be online, and the connections, the protocols also should open, because application to this server, one server to another server you are connecting. That means what? One server to another server you are connecting means what? It's a remote connection. Okay. From here to here you are connecting. It's a remote connection. For remote connection, there are few protocols that are responsible, like TCP, IP, and all. So it can be an issue with the TCP, IP. I'll tell you again. Don't worry, guys. It can be an issue with the network. It can be an issue with the protocols. It can be an issue with the services down. It can be an issue with the database. It can be an issue with the database corrupted. So these are all some common basic things that generally will check it. Okay. And what is the other question? I can see only one question from you, Sajid.
Log shipping.
Read about log shipping, so.
Log shipping, okay. Sir, application team said, okay. Sir, is it log shipping and mirroring is used for syncing? Yes. Straight away, the answer is yes, to sync the data. Log shipping, mirroring, replication, always on. These 4 technologies will be used to sync the data, mainly to sync the data. What other things it will do, I'll explain during the concept. Okay.
What we call them high availability, log shipping, mirroring, always on.
Yes, high availability and disaster recovery concept.
Disaster recovery.
HADR.
HAMDR. Okay.
Yeah, HA and DR. Yeah. Are we good, guys? And in case if you have any suggestions, sessions are going too speed, too slow, just let me know. Okay. So based on your suggestions also, we'll try to improve and we'll try to implement few things in every batch. I'll try to implement new things, guys, like tracking and all. So this batch also I'm trying to implement new things. We'll take the help of, okay, quizzes and all. I'll conduct the quizzes. I will create a separate private rooms in the Zoom, so that you people, 2 to 3 people or 4 to 5 people, you people, I'll give you one task. These 4 people has to work on the task, team building activity. So these are all new things. I mean, I'm going to introduce in the coming classes. So definitely it will be interesting sessions, guys, for sure. Interactive and interesting sessions. Okay. If everything is good, then chalo, let's wrap up the session. Enjoy the weekend, guys.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes,
We'll connect
thank
again
you,
tomorrow
sir.
with the same link. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Yeah,
night.
good night. Good
Good
night.
night, all of you. Good night.
Yeah, good night.